It's Wednesday, April 22nd, so it's Wednesday math columns. Please make sure you put your first and last name on the form so that when you submit it to me, you get credit for it. All right, let's look at the first problem. It says, what is the missing number? And then they have blank plus 143 equals 281. So I'm going to use the numbers they give me, and let's look at it set up on this board here. I know if I use these numbers, I just need the missing one, and I'll have my three numbers for a fact family. So the problem starts with addition. All right, I know that when I use my three numbers in a fact family, if I have addition, the opposite is subtraction. So if I want to undo this problem and get the missing answer, I have to subtract. So I'll set my numbers up by lining them up, and I have my big number on top, 281, and I'm doing the opposite of addition, so I'm subtracting 143. Right? So let's look at that. I start with 1 minus 3. If I have 1 and I want to take 3 away, I'm going to have a negative number. In third grade, we don't want a negative, so we're going to go to our next door neighbor, knock on the door, ask to borrow a cup of sugar. He says, sure, I have 8 cups. You can have 1. And since 8 giving 1 away, he has 7 left over here. And if I look, 7 plus 1 still equals my 8. All right, so now I can do the problem because now I have 11 minus 3. So if I'm at 11, 10, 9, 8. So 11 minus 3 is 8. 7 minus 4, I'm at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. 7 minus 4 is 3. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So in the box, 138. And then I can check that by making sure that's true. So if I take 138 plus, and line up your numbers, 143, I should get 281. Let's see, 8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. Put my 1 down, carry my 1. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So 138 makes, as the answer, makes the answer true, or the problem true now, because 138 plus 143 gives me the 281. Problem number 2 says, which of the following division problems is represented by the array below? So a key word here is division. I need to choose one of the answers and it should have division in it. So looking, the first one has division, the second one addition, so no, that one's going to go out right away. The third one has division, so it's between answer number 1 and number 3. So let's see. Our first choice has 20 divided by 2 equals 10. And our third choice has 20 divided by 4 equals 5. So I have to figure out which numbers match the picture. So I look, I know it's division, so I'll start with my big number first. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 X's going across. All right. And if I count, here's 5. Plus 5 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 5 is 20. So I have a total of 20 X's. My 20 X's are divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So I have 20 X's divided into 4 groups. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each group. All right? So 20 divided by 4 is 5, or the opposite, 20 divided by 5 going across will still give us 4 here. Because it's a fact family, I can use 4, 5, and 20. So our answer will be the choice with the 20, the 4, and the 5. The third problem says, George's teacher asked him to make a poster for his research project. The area of the poster must be 6 square feet. Which of the following might be the length and width of the poster? Select all, see in capital letters, all that apply. So that means there's more or could be more than one answer to this problem. We've read it once. Let's go back and look. The only number I see right now is 6. All right. And then I see the keyword area. So the area of the poster must be 6 square feet. So I'm going to get a picture in my mind. I used the formula for area. Area equals length times width. And they said that the poster, the area, when I multiply the length times the width, I have to get 6. All right? So I have to think of all the numbers that when I take 6 apart and I multiply, what 2 numbers will give me 6, because I need length and width. So I need 2 numbers to multiply together. So I can, if I have a 1, how many times will still give me 6? So if I count by ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I have the number 1 6 times, I get a 6. All right. So 1 times 6 could be a possible answer. If I take the number 6 and break it apart into length and width, I have to multiply. Let's start with 2. If I count by 2s, how many 2s will give me 6? So if I go 2 plus 2 is 4 plus another 2 is 6. So 2 times 3, if I have 2 3 times, I get a 6. So there's a possible choice. Is there any more? So I could have 1 and 6. I could have 2 and 3. If I break 6 apart again, how about, I've already chosen 1 and 2, how about 3? 3 times what equals 6? Well, if I have the number 3 2 times, 3 plus 3 gives me 6. So I could have 3 times 2, which I had 2 times 3, but I had 2 as the length, 3 as the width, or I could have 3 as the length, 2 as the width. Do I have any more? Can I take a 4 and multiply by 4? 4 plus 4 is 8. Nope, 4 won't work. All right, go up to the next number. How about 5? 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 won't work. How about 6, the same number itself that we're trying to get to? If I do 6 one time, 6 times 1 gives me 6. So I have 4 possible choices that I could choose for my answers. All right, so I have 1 times 6 or 6 times 1, and 2 times 3 and 3 times 2. 1, 2, 3, and 6 are all factors of the 6. Our last problem says, what is the total area of the figure below? When you're solving for area, remember, area equals length times width. The problem here is we have an odd shape. They don't have the dotted line like they had last week for us, so we need to make the dotted line. So let's look at the figure. I redrew it here to try to put the dotted line in. So I redrew this, and I'm going to decide where I need to put this dotted line to get 2 rectangles. So I see this coming an indent right here, so I'll just continue this right along here. I'll make a dotted line. So now I have two separate rectangles. My first one is an 8 by 7. All right, 8 times 7, and I have to solve for that. Now I could remember my dancing fact, a blank blank 7 8, or let's say I can't remember my dancing fact. I can make this a little easier to solve. I can split my 7 into 5 plus 2. So I can do 8 times 5. I count by 5s 8 times. So I'd have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And 8 2 times. 8 plus 8 is 16. So 8 times 7 is 56. That's the dancing fact. A 5, 6, 7, 8. So the area for an 8 by 7 rectangle is 56. Now you might be saying, wait, what about this 12 here? This whole line, remember, is 12. When we put our dotted line in, we broke up the 12. And opposite sides of a rectangle are the same. So if this is 7, this has to be 7. So that worked out. But we have one more rectangle at the bottom that we created. So we have a 5 by 6 rectangle. So 5 by 6 and then opposite sides, 5 by 6. I just have to multiply 2 factors to get area. So I have 5 times 6. If I count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5 times 6 is 30. Now I have the area for 2 separate rectangles. I add those together. So 56 plus 30, 6 plus 0, 6. 5 plus 3 is 8. So the total area for the whole figure will be 86. All right, then at the bottom, you're going to click the Submit button. Remember, if there's the blue Mark as Done button in Google Classroom, please click that so it says that it's turned in, or else it will say not turned in or missing if you don't click it and it's there. Well, that's it for our wonderful Wednesday. I hope your day is wonderful, and I'll see you tomorrow.